Right then, so this is for Dazzle, right? Because he wants to know how to cook. So I like cod in butter, my mum likes cod in butter, and that's what we're going to have tonight. But instead of having one of them cod in butters that you buy frozen, which are alright, like they've always been alright, but they're not like they used to be, you can make your own dead easy, and this is the quickest way of doing like a cod in butter dinner. And today we're having frozen peas and some string beans with this piece of fish. I'm hoping my camera's picking it up for you. So we've got a couple of haddock fillets here. That's what we're going to be doing. So let me just shift these plates a second. There, like that. And I'm going to trim these beans because I know Dazzle won't have heard of doing this. I'm pretty sure you can even buy them already trimmed. Like I said, I hope my camera's picking it up, but if not, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to tap them down like pencils. So as much as possible, what we're doing is we're trying to get these tips lined up. And I don't bother messing around, I just put them together and chop that off. And you're going to get rid of all these damaged bits, oh, most of them anyway. Like that. And then we're going to do the same thing other side. Like that. So we've got all them stalks lined up, look, and I'm going to come in again. This is the quickest way of doing it, I found. And then again we've got one there that's a bit dodgy. Take that tip off. And these are going in. So them are just beans trimmed. And I'm going to chuck these in here. Now then, I'm going to show you how much salt I put on these. Bearing in mind that when you come to drain these, you're going to rinse most of this off like. So I would put in there about that much salt. This is sea salt. You can use cooking salt, right? And then I'm putting some water in. Right, and get that on. And the other thing we're having is frozen peas. Oh, these are posh, these are petit pois. So we can get that popped up. Again, salt. Now everybody overcooks these peas. They tend to put them on at the same time as carrots and all that kind of stuff. But really they just want warming through these. So this is for two of us. No, I like peas. So that's how many I'm having. I like these are neat, aren't they? Hot bag, hot freezer. Right, so that's the stuff on. I'm going to put some water in there. But I'm not turning them on. I'm just getting stuff ready. And then you can time it like, can't you? So, that's us veg ready. Now for tatey wise, what we're having, actually, is these. We're having these mashed taties already done for you. And they're not bad. They look a bit like pus when you first get them because they're wet. But once you microwave them, if you follow these instructions, a lot of the water moisture evaporates out, you know how it boils off. So they will actually get stiffer. But what I tend to do is put a little bit of a knob of butter in it as well, about halfway through. So for these, I think it's about 6 minutes. Yeah, I think it's 3 minutes, 3 minutes, and let it stand for a minute. So you've got to put holes in it like, so we can do that in a second. So that's about as far as I've got now, so we're really pretty much prepped. In case it explodes. So for my pan, what I'm going to do, this is to flavour the sauce that's going to be the butter sauce bit. So we've got a bay leaf, always nice to have in, but I've just pulled them off at tree. I've also got some tarragon. You might not have seen this, you might have seen it in the shop, I don't know if you can have a smell of that. It's got like an aniseedy kind of a smell, but what it does as well is it makes things a little bit buttery, but you can overdo it. So I've only got a tiny amount look like that, and I'm going to crush it so there's no big bits. You know, I'm just trying to crunch it up a bit, so I've made it more dusty. Put that in. This is the green bits in your sauce. Next thing I'm adding is parsley, dried parsley. Even better if you grow it yourself. This was from supermarket. Now I want plenty of parsley in, so I would say that much. So that's the parsley in. Some salt. I want some salt. Now I know that this particular fish, this is fresh fish, so it's not smoked or anything, but if it was smoked at this point, you need to establish how salty your fish is before you start, because you can over salt it, your gravy if you like. So if it's smoked fish, taste it before you add your salt, because you might not need salt. But this we do. But I'm not going to put much salt in, because one of the other ingredients is a stock cube. Got about that much in, look. A couple of pinches maybe. Some ground black pepper. That's what I like. And this is the stock cube I'm using, but I'm not using a full one. You've got to have a particular dish in mind to use these, because they're not much good for all else, but I'm only using about half on it. I'm only using that much, look, half on it. And to be fair, with this bit, you can easily just, well, I'll just push end in myself, like that, and put it back in the fridge. I'll do that after. Right, the next thing I'm going to put in here is a blob of butter. Say a blob. Not that much. About an ounce, I would think. Not quite an ounce. 3/4 of an ounce. As you can see, it's very slimming. And the next thing I'm putting in there is milk. Now this is going to be your sauce, so it's up to you how much sauce you like, but some of it will evaporate. So I think I've probably put about 3/4 of a pint in there. And the next thing I'm going to put in there, but I'm not going to put it in the end, is cream. So we can turn the heat on this now. So we'll let that just get going. And we'll check this fish. I hope you're going to take the time to do it, you know, Dazzle. Now I'm showing you. So we've got this fish, and like I said, it's not smoked throughout. This is a particular one, is a haddock, which is a carnivorous fish. It's a hunter, not like a cod, which is a scrounger. So even though these are boneless, you know, fillets and that, I always check them anyway because I'm a bit obsessed. And to be fair, I've never found a bone in them. So, them's alright. Now then, what I'm going to do with these, I'm not too fussy how this is cooked, to be fair. As long as it's cooked, that's really all that matters. So as far as overcooking it, I'm not bothered. If it were a boil in the bag, it'd be overcooked. It's delicious and it's much better. So, you know, before you get all chefy on me and say that's going to overcook, don't be going mad at me. Cooked is cooked. It's like meat, I like it brown. Right, so as stuff's warming up, I mean, into this you could put all sorts of stuff. This is really like a white sauce, isn't it, so far? A fish white sauce. You could put carrots into it, into milk, onions, a bit of garlic or something. You can put whatever you like in it, really, but I'll be like this, just plain and simple. So that's about it for that. I can put that away. I'll ask my mum to put them potatoes in a second. Here is melted. I'm going to put my fish in. All the butter's melted now. I mean, it already smells nice, and that's because of the stock cube we put in. Oh, half a stock cube. Fish, 2 pieces of fish. It makes no difference what kind it is. I can't stand salmon. I can't put the stuff near my mouth. It tastes like a riverbed. Don't know why people eat it, and yet out of a tin I can eat it, which is a bit weird. But there you go. I always find smoked salmon slimy. It's like eating a worm skin. Anyway, I'm going to let them just come up a bit. And as soon as it starts to bubble, I'll turn it down. And sometimes what I'll do, I'll go and have a cup of coffee and just let it get to know itself on the lowest heat, because it'll cook through in no time. But once it does start to cook, what you have to be careful of is that little thin bit that came off at side like this, because if you keep fanning on like this, it'll break off. But I don't suppose it really matters, it's still going that neck hole. So all I'm doing here, look, is just wafting it over, giving it a little bath. Now then, I'm going to turn the beans on. Which is always the wrong one. That one. So that's the beans on. I'm going to shift that handle. I'm not going to turn the peas on yet. Right, so this is coming up to boil, look. Just give it one more push around. I'm going to put that on top, just to odd it. And then I'm going to turn it right down. Right, so that's it for that. I'm going to leave this to simmer now for about 5 minutes, something like that, and I'm going to keep doing this all the time, but I'm not going to keep moving the fish. I want the fish to start to cook now, and if I try and move it, it's going to fall apart. So as much as possible, I'm just, I think they call it napping. I'm napping it. I think that's what they call it. And we say nappy. Well, a nappy is something you wrap around a baby. Anyway, that's what we're doing here, look. For about 5 minutes. I'm not going to stand here with video though for 5 minutes. Well, I can do, I can just speed it up, can't I? A little musical interlude. Now then, at this point, I've turned the fish off. It's been cooking about 5 minutes. I'm just going to leave it to stand. I'm waiting now for these to come up to boil. soon as these come up to boil, I can start dealing with microwave taties. But I can just see, another black bit there. I don't want that in. Not wearing that. Oh, one little bit, look. Bugger. Don't want that in there. There it is, look. There we go. Chop it off and get that bit in. Ah. There we go. So that's as much as I can do now. This is now going to get to know itself. It's going to finish cooking. It's probably already cooked, to be fair. So what I'll do, I'll then fish that out and put it on a plate, which I think I've got here actually. There we go. Plate. So I'll dish that fish on there, and then I'm going to put some cream in. Now you can use, it's up to you, you can use creme fraiche, which is nice, it's just double cream, right? Or double cream. Either one, both work perfect. I'm going to use double cream today because it's already hot. And then I'm going to put peas on at last minute. People always overcook the peas. As soon as the water begins to boil and the peas start to float to the top, they're done. Don't just turn them down and let them keep simmering, because you'll kill them. You'll kill the flavour. If you catch them when they're just starting to float, they taste like peas that you've got out of a field. You know, from the pod. But if you keep cooking them, all that magic disappears. So that's my tip of the day. Don't overcook your peas. That fish is cooked. So I'm going to remove it now. It's going to go cold. You're going, oh, it's going to go cold. But it don't matter. Right, so that's his fish off. The leaf and that I'm going to leave in, and that's basically going to be our sauce. So I'm going to turn this heat back on, just on low for now, whilst I make some corn flour. Now this is this is a quick, cheap, easy way of doing white sauce, I suppose you could say. Proper way is to make a roux and start from scratch, but it's too much faff. This is a quick, easy way. So we've got a good teaspoon of corn flour. I'm going to make a teaspoon and a half of corn flour. Now the thing with corn flour, you drop it in, but you've got to mix it with cold water. Just a little bit like that. Right. Now the thing with corn flour is, as soon as it hits boiling water, see our beans are boiling now, so I'm going to turn them down, so they're just simmering. As soon as it hits the boiling liquid, it'll start to set, and if you don't stir it quick, you'll end up with gelatinous strings through it. Like. So I've mixed it like that, and I'm going to dribble some in and mix at the same time. You know what I mean? And don't just chuck it all in. Chuck it in 2 or 3 batches. Because if you chuck it all in, it might be too thick. Now you can make this as thick or as thin as you like. I'll put that last bit in. Mum's gonna go mad. You spilled the top of cooker. I'm going to put some double cream in it. Not that much. Turn that heat off. Get it stirred in. Think it wants to be a bit thicker? I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. Just a touch. So this will make it 2 heaped teaspoons of corn flour. And if you remember, I started off with about 3/4 of a pint of liquid, didn't I? So So this is the last bit of another bit of cauliflower. Get rid of that. Now then, that's better, isn't it? That's a better consistency. It's just what we want. Now I'm going to taste that. Do you know what? The word I could explain, it's divine. That's what it is. So, fish, back in. Right, get them juices in. You can turn this heat off now. And I'm going to, again, just coat that fish with that sauce. And that's going to warm it back through. Like that. See? Covered. So that's the fish done. The beans will be done very shortly. The peas I can now put on. Hopefully get the right one. The peas are now on. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to swap pans. That one on there, that one on there, like that. Get it going quicker. So it's now time to put the spuds in the microwave. I mean, these are the spuds. They look like something after Doctor Who. Don't forget I've bubbled it already, so 3 minutes. And let that get to know itself for a sec. Get rid of my crap, turn them beans down on just a touch. I would normally in fact I'm going to put this away, I'll move it anyway. Got crap on the side here, it's all coffee stuff. Have some of that later. So I'm just really waiting for this water to come up to the boil. I'm just going to prod them a little bit. Not quite cooked them. Nice taste though. Alright, the next thing I need, I'm going to do that. That's my plate, I'll reuse it. I need a colander. Whoops, today for draining. I'll get that in a second. For draining purposes, cauliflower. Almost ready. The tatties will now be doing. I'm going to need this butter. Shift my eye raw because that's going to get covered in sauce. I'm going to fork. So this is its first batch, you know, its first buzzing if you like. So it's been dead easy so far, hasn't it? Note to it. Especially if you get these pre-mashed tatties. That makes a big difference because you're not fannying around with them. Literally they are just microwave stuff. And get this stuff up because if it bakes on, you're the right game. And boy oh boy does it bake on. Right, so we're nearly there. Bring those plates back. See, all this sauce here is keeping that warm. Potatoes should be more or less ready. Now I'm going to get a decent blob again. See, like that. If you can see that. Voila. You can see how they've stiffened up a bit. That's because of the steam that's come out of them. sure it's all mixed in. Three minutes. I take the paper off at this point to let it stiffen up. Peas are coming to the boil, or they're coming up, I can see them. Couple of minutes. Right. It's coming home. Here's a football, it's coming home. Here's a football trophy. Seeing that everywhere now. Right then, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drain the beans to the colander. All gone. To the sinky winky. I'm just going to turn that fish back on at the back, just to put a bit of additional heat under it, and it's on the smallest light. These are starting to move now, because see how the peas are bouncing up and down on bottom. As soon as they start to come up in en masse, done. This has got 1.5 minutes left. Here we go, look, see? Drop the salt. For the spuds. 54 seconds. Right, I can turn that fish off. Wrong one again. Off. I can't think how many times I've used this. I always turn the wrong bloody button. So we know that that's done. These are coming up, look. And at this point, you see there's still that bright green colour like they are when they come out at bag. But the longer you boil them from this point on, or the longer they're in the hot liquid, the greyer they become. And they lose all that field fresh flavour. Do you know when you get a pod and you pop it? That's the flavour that's in these peas. But most people tend to destroy them. So they're done. That's it. They're done. So we can share out these beans. There weren't many beans. Pour these peas. And voila. That back there. Get the fish up to the front. Now then, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take this fish out. Get that leaf in a second. Our sauce. Get rid of that leaf. Remember that went in. Doesn't really matter. It's not that it's toxic or anything. It's just a bit strong tasting if you try and chomp on it. Any skin or anything that might be in there, I'm just mixing in. Look. That's the spuds done. Here we are. Give this a stir. They're stiffened up nicely. And split these for me and Mama. Don't tell her I've got more than her, 'cause she'll come on. You've got more than me. comes you've got crust? So that's the spuds. Easy peasy. Talking about peasy. Here we go, here's green peasy. There's petit pies. There you go. Now you're not telling me that were difficult. Not difficult at all. So this is my, oh, there's another leaf there, look. That's my take on a nice cod in butter. Is that just lush or what? I love to mush that white sauce in with my peas. Look at that baby. Take it from me. That'll get you laid. See you later.